Now let's talk about what's wrong with your current road to the sale. It takes 3+ hours, right? It takes 3+ hours to get through. They're ready for step 6 when they arrive at your dealership, while you want to slow play steps 1 through 5, right? They show up at your dealership ready for the demo drive, and you want to take them back to step 1. There's also too much paperwork in the current road to the sale. And the old school road to the sale assumes the consumer knows nothing when they actually know everything. And then finally, the old school road to the sale, like this one, it lacks transparency in both price and in process. Now, you need speed, and you need to reduce friction. The lack of process transparency in store creates friction. What do I mean by process transparency? I mean that the customer knows what's going on and they agree with that step. They know what you're doing now and what you're going to do next. That's process transparency. See, the process with the most friction right now and the least process transparency, I'll give you a second to guess. Oh, okay. It's F&I. The second process with the most friction and the least transparency is desking. These are a grind to today's consumers. And so we need to find a way to reduce the friction, and we need to find a way to make these processes more efficient. See, eventually, customers will self-desk. Steve, what? Yes. In fact, they're doing it today. They'll self-present and select the menus. What? Yeah, they're doing it today. And they'll take themselves through all the other F&I options. All of this is happening today. But Steve, if we get rid of F&I, oh my God, you're one of those guys. No, listen, you don't have to get rid of F&I today, but it's not going to be around forever in the current form. It can't be, because today's connected customer wants speed, they want efficiency, and they want to reduce the friction. You're not going to lose your F&I grosses if this happens. It's important to understand that. Even Carvana gets about $1,100 or $1,200 on back-end grosses, and they do it 100% online without anybody interacting with the customer unless they have a question. People will buy F&I products from you. They really will if you give them a chance to learn about them by themselves. Okay, Steve, but how do we get there? I can't go from my current road to the sale to doing it all on an iPad overnight. No, that you can't, and I understand that. But see, all dealers are at different stages of their road to the sale and the customer experience, right? How do I get from this traditional road to the sale to a great customer experience? See, some of you are still 100% old school, and you're closing your traditional ups at about 20%, and you're still making no new car grosses. And your F&I gross, well, it depends, on your F&I manager. The problem with F&I today, and we all know it, we've known it for years. We've known it almost since F&I was invented. And that is you've got 6 people who are trying to get in to see one F&I manager, 6 people who've just bought a car, and suddenly we have to slow them down. We sped them up to get them to F&I, and now we have to slow down those 6 people because our F&I manager can only see one person at a time. And so the experience goes in the toilet, and they don't want to buy anything when they get inside there. Now, some, like Sean BMW, they're already 100% transparent, right? They already have it done, right? The Sonic One experience. Everybody, there's a whole bunch of people that got it all on an iPad, and the customer is taking themselves through it. And even if your product specialist is helping them, they feel like they're self-selecting. They feel like they're choosing. They feel like they're buying. Now, most every dealer is really somewhere in the middle, right? Somewhere in the blue arrow. You're not necessarily all old school, and you're not 100% online. So how do we get there? We get there through planning. We plan for the future, and we start using the available tools today, and we start putting in the written processes today. Now, how does this happen? First, we all need to agree that your current road to the sale stinks. You've got to come to that realization. Unless you've changed it significantly over the last couple of years, it probably stinks for all but one of 235 of your customers. The second thing we need to do is we need to agree that a great customer experience means higher grosses, really does, higher CSI, and higher employee morale.